Welcome back to another episode of Nightmares and News, where we pride ourselves on bringing you spooky updates on all things horror and the latest in horror news. Make sure to follow us so you never miss an update from the Horror Burrito, because today we talk Sam Raimi to direct new Killer Dummy Magic adaptation for Lionsgate. Not only is Sam Raimi producing the new adaptation of the 1970s cult classic Magic, he's now officially on board to direct. Magic will reunite the director with Send Help writers Mark Swift and Damien Sharon, known for their work on Freddy vs. Jason. The newly imagined take on the 1978 Killer Doll movie comes courtesy of Lionsgate. The original Magic starred Anthony Hopkins as Corky, a magician who reaches fame alongside his ventriloquist dummy, the obnoxious and wisecracking Fats, whom Corky cannot control. Fats is one terrifying dummy too. His ghastly appearance terrified viewers even before it was released with the film's terrifying TV ads. Get acquainted with Fats and his film on streaming now. It's now playing on a variety of platforms from Shudder to Screambox. And get ready, Raimi is about to bring some magic. Mattel is promising restocks of the sold-out Killer Clowns from Outer Space Monster High dolls. Well, Mattel's Killer Clowns from Outer Space Monster High doll went up for grabs earlier last week, and sold out quite literally immediately, with the doll being listed on Mattel's website as completely sold out less than 1 minute after being offered up. But if you missed out on this first wave, your luck hasn't completely run out quite yet. Mattel is promising on the official Monster High Instagram account that there will be restocks of the Killer Clown doll. Stay tuned for more information on restocks. Part of Skull Collector lineup of Monster High collectible dolls, the official Killer Clowns from Outer Space doll is based on the lovable, colorful clown character Shorty. The doll was selling for $71 as pre-orders, and only Fang Club members were given the opportunity to buy the doll from MattelCreations.com. The Walking Dead Dead City Season 3 gets summer premiere date on AMC. To rebuild this city, it needs people willing to fight it for it. AMC has announced that the third season of the spin-off series, The Walking Dead Dead City, will premiere on July 26, 2026. You'll also find a preview of this season over on Entertainment Weekly, which features some first-look images from Season 3, along with a very intriguing tease. In The Walking Dead Dead City Season 3, Maggie and Negan finally put aside differences to build the first thriving community in Manhattan since the apocalypse. But when chaos in the city begins to arise, they are forced to question, have they learned from their old wounds, or will their dark past spell out doom for the entire city? The Blair Witch Project reboot plot details have been revealed. While an official synopsis for the Blair Witch Project reboot is being kept under wraps, plot details have surfaced. According to Deadline, it will deal with a family that goes on a camping trip but goes missing one by one, only after hearing strange noises in the forest. Not a whole lot to go on there, but it's a start. Stay tuned for more information as we learn it. Dylan Clark, known for his work on Portrait of God, is set to direct the new take on the seminal found footage horror from a script he's rewriting from Chris Devlin. Blumhouse's Jason Blum and Atomic Monsters' James Wan are producing. Lionsgate is lining up for filming in the fall with a reported budget in the $10 million range. Silent Hill F reaches 2 million units sold worldwide. Konami's Silent Hill F has hit another sales milestone, having now sold over 2 million units worldwide as of April 22nd. As of April 22nd since its launch last September. Previously, the game had surprised everyone by selling 1 million units one day after launch. Adding to that is the news that Silent Hill 2 Remake has now surpassed 6 million cumulative players, adding another million since March, for both physical and digital versions, as well as the number of players on subscription services. To celebrate, Konami has announced that a dual pack for both games is receiving a 40% off discount until May 28th on PlayStation Store. It's also available on the Xbox Series and PC via Steam. Silent Hill F is the first entry in the series set in Japan, where players take on the role of Shimizu Hinoko, a high school student struggling under society's pressure and expectations. Wandering through her hometown, a mysterious fog rolls in and covers the town, revealing a disturbing transformation. Hinoko must face horrific creatures, uncover mysteries, and confront traumatic decisions that will influence her fate. Meanwhile, more Silent Hill is due out later this year, courtesy of Screamburn, with Silent Hill Townfall. No release date yet has been set. You can pre-order the game now on PlayStation 5, PC via Steam, and the Epic Games Store. Live with a monster in a psychological horror titled Feed It. Italian indie studio Games on a Chair dips into a familiar premise for horror fans with their debut title, Feed It. Published by Pretty Soon, Feed It has you living under the same roof as a creature that has to be fed. Complicating matters is the protagonist's deteriorating situation, which is reflected in the teaser trailer. In Feed It, players are forced to take care of a monster with a simple choice. Either you give the food to the creature, or you starve it and you eat. Eating yourself, though, risks the monster's wrath. Designed as a short-form, replayable horror experience with multiple paths and various endings, Feed It draws inspiration from games like Silent Hill and Mouthwashing. That is, like those titles, the game focuses more on discomfort, emotional pleasure, rather than your typical scares. Adding more intrigue is the fact that instead of fully expanding its world outright, Feed It leaves the players to make sense of the situation as they move through it. You'll face minimal interactions and a restrained structure. There's no complex plot to uncover, but instead the game is more about living through a concentrated horror experience. You won't have to wait long to give Feed It a whirl, as a playable demo is now available on Steam as part of next month's Steam Fest, with the full release planned for the summer. News I have for you today, my lovely fiends. Stay spooky, keep those claws sharp, and consume more souls of the living. I've been your host, Bumps of the Night, and as always, we appreciate your viewership. If you want to help us continue to bring you weekly news, make sure you click the buttons like, comment, share, subscribe, follow are all fantastic ways to do that. As always, we appreciate your viewership, and we'll scare you in the next one.